What's up, family? Welcome to Ask to My Odds,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This right here is my dazzling and sick wife that needs some chicken noodle soup.
I do. Can you go to the store and get me some? I'm really serious.
I might do that.
I'm for real.
Oh, this is my wife, Aiyana.
I'm serious.
Okay.
This is my husband, my caretaker, my protector, my provider, my man. And he's doing such a good job, yo. Because I am sick. Can y'all hear it? I'm sick. I got it from him.
Yeah, so I'm still a little bit sick too, but we're going to do this for y'all.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was getting a little sleepy. So, we had a question come in, y'all. And we've gotten variations of this question that have come in from different women who are dealing with this issue around, you know, how should I enter into marriage? Or when should I really be considering marriage with a man who is not necessarily where he needs to be in terms of being a provider, in terms of having consistency in the demonstration of his ability to provide. Because we do know that there are prerequisites for being married, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There are prerequisites. So basically what she says is, I need some perspective from a loving married black couple. I watch your advice videos all the time. Thank you. Share them.
Yeah, thank you.
She says she loves the message we put out there and the positivity. She is newly engaged, okay, and she says that her fiance lost his job the same week they got engaged. And this is the second time that he's lost his job, both due to layoffs. We know it's hard out here with the recession. She says, just to give a little background, she says his savings is almost run out. He pays his rent and his ongoing monthly bills on time to date, but it's getting kind of down to the wire because his money is running out. She doesn't want him to be put out on the street. But you know, she is in a conundrum here because they're going to both be cohabiting, and she does not want to do that. But she says, you know, I don't want him out on the street. They have a strong friendship. She says he's wonderful. She's 33, he's 44. He's a godly man. And he asked her the question. He says, well, if we were married and I lost my job, would you kick me out? You know, would you just bail on me? And she said, well, obviously not. I would hold it down, you know, until you got yourself back together. But she says, you know, I'm just concerned. I'm concerned because she feels as though we need to enter this thing at a certain level. And she's concerned that if she enters into this situation, being the sole provider and that kind of thing, that she may start to feel resentment. She doesn't want to set herself up or him up for those kinds of feelings, you know, and difficulties. They're just natural, even if he's trying, right? Even if he's, you know, it just can be that way. So she says, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Her parents are on her saying, hold up now, I don't know about this. He's saying, you know, but, you know, are we supposed to be together or not? Are you with me or are you not? So that's her question, sweetheart. She says, any advice would be greatly appreciated. She says, basically this: is it too much to ask my fiance to secure a job before marrying? And the caveat is, even if they have to move the date and whatnot, you know, is that too much? Or, you know, are her feelings a little unrealistic?
Personally, I think that's a very realistic and reasonable expectation for a relationship. And the reason why I say that is because you can find yourself trapped and find yourself in a space where you've created a guy who's dependent upon you, dependent upon the circumstance, and just really becomes comfortable with being in a space where, you know, everything is taken care of by you. You don't want to create that type of atmosphere or environment in your relationship, in your home, because it'd be very difficult to change that. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have ambition. I'm not saying that things won't change. But if you enter into a marriage from a space where, you know, you identify that he's dependent, and, you know, regardless of whether or not he's trying to change things and make, you know, a better space for himself, it's just difficult to overcome. It really is difficult because he'll be leaning on you. He'll be leaning on you. But I also think, too, that, you know, if the relationship is worth having, I think that, you know, he should be able to find another way to, you know, find some living arrangements and not necessarily, you know, be so solely focused on moving in with you, because he is a grown-ass man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it boils down to.
Right, right. Look, my husband said it all. That's exactly what I was going to say. You know, you want to enter it right. And the best intentioned people who love each other to death, and the guy who's going out and busting his behind every single day to get some employment, to get some income, even with those best intentioned folks coming together, it is natural for that scenario, that atmosphere, to cause stress on the marriage, and you don't want to start out that way.
That's an excellent point. Excellent point.
You don't want to start out that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to have something behind you. There's no way you can predict what will happen from day to day.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can choose it, then choose wisely, and don't enter it that way, because it doesn't matter how good of a man he is. You're choosing some stress that you don't have to choose, and y'all gonna be together for the rest of your life, right? If this is really your soulmate, this is your husband to be, he's yours and you're his. And so you're going to be together for the rest of your life. It's okay to wait a minute so that you all can get yourselves together, so that he can get himself together. And yeah, he got some friends. He got some family. He will not be out on the street. And if he does not have the resources to find a way to get himself someplace to stay, if it comes down to losing his apartment or whatever.
Then you got a question about his resourcefulness.
That's exactly what I was going to say. There's the question. Why is it that he has no other resource or no other way to provide for himself, even with no job? That's a problem, and that would be a red flag. So we hope that this has been of help to you. We hope that you realize that this is about your marriage, not just your wedding. Take your time. He needs to stop playing and start pushing.